Do you recognize this sound? Yeah, that's the sound of the internet in 1996. So we're going to talk about the internet from dial-up modem to AI. Let's talk about it. Hello everyone, this is Keith. Welcome to the Ghetto Sapien channel, your home of inner city intelligence. So yeah, that was 1990 something, 1996 to 97. That was America Online, I believe, dial-up modem. Everybody was starting to get interested in the internet. You saw commercials, they talked about WWW, World Wide Web, not WrestleMania or anything like that. And it caught my interest. I guess I heard friends at work talking about it, and I felt like I was just like on another planet. They were just talking about smiley faces and frowny faces and news groups, and I was missing out on something. And I was really interested until they started screaming about their bill a month later. The phone carriers were charging by the hour, so this is back in 1996. Some of my coworkers were complaining about $200-$300 phone bills. Crazy. So I said I can wait, and I did. About a year later, they came out with it was about $9, $10 a month, and you can dial up anytime you want. You can stay on as long as you want. Even I think they automatically kicked you off if you weren't doing anything. But still, I could take $9 over like $300 a month. So I got on the internet and I got canceled. This is in 1997. Yeah, I managed to get thrown out of something. In the beginning, the internet was mostly text, very few pictures. In fact, pictures took so long to load, you could tell your browser to just don't load photos. So it was all text. There's news groups and chat rooms for the most part. And the news groups are really interesting. The chat groups were mostly people sexting each other. That's what it ended up boiling down to. I thought I'd be able to talk to someone in Switzerland or Italy. They were just trying to, at least get each other all hot and bothered through the internet. Go figure, sex is everywhere. So it's the power of the internet to this day. So it was in the beginning, so it is in the end. And here's how I got thrown out of a chat room. There were, a bunch of people. There was no privacy. So people just going at it, at least verbally, right in front of everyone else. So I looked at one of the conversations and I said, how do you know that person is who they say they are? They're presenting themselves as a female. But as far as you know, you could be there, chatting and getting all hot and bothered by some 50-year-old accountant with a receding hairline and phlebitis. That wasn't appreciated. I got, for breaking the illusion, I got tossed out of that chat group, but I still thought it was so funny. And that's just me. I'm just, I don't trust what I can't really verify with my own senses. And I'm still like that to this day. I don't 100% trust everything I see on the internet. I was never like that. I'll take you at your word if all we're doing is talking politics and things like that. Your identity doesn't really matter to me anyway. But yeah, I just was always kind of paranoid about what I was looking at might be fake. Well, nowadays, that paranoia is paying off. Check out this deep fake video of Morgan Freeman.
I am not Morgan Freeman, and what you see is not real. Well, at least in contemporary terms, it is not. What if I were to tell you that I am not even a human being? Would you believe me? What is your perception of reality? Is it the ability to capture, process, and make sense of the information our senses receive? If you can see, hear, taste, or smell something, does that make it real? Or is it simply the ability, to feel. I would like to welcome you to the era of synthetic reality. Now, what do you see?
And there you go. That's a creepy video of not Morgan Freeman. It reached that uncanny valley kind of balance where it's almost human, but it's not quite. It's even telling you it's not human, which added to the creep factor. But that's what's available now. And that is a danger. That's in its infancy. And it's dangerous because we already have people with tons of psychological problems because, I think, of the lies, the fake stories, and the twisting of reality that the media and our society is pushing nowadays. You got the transgender movement. It's just exploded. That, I think, is a deep fake. And that's without the software, the technology of the not Morgan Freeman video right there. The Russiagate collusion story. That was fake. There's 2-3 years of deep fake from our media. And that caused problems. And then there is COVID. Our response to that pandemic, most of that was deep fake, meaning the mask, the standing 6 feet apart, all that stuff was deep fake. It cracked people. I think it really made people paranoid. It made them go at each other and dehumanized a lot of us for each other, because you had even a president talking about the people who didn't take the vaccine were like public enemies. They're your enemy. It's a horrible way of using information to divide people. And again, fake. It was a lie, what they were pushing out there. And again, they did this without the advanced technology that's soon to be coming here. So imagine what these people can do of ill intent with videos like you just saw of the not Morgan Freeman saying things that Morgan Freeman didn't really say. We always thought that the danger of AI would be it would connect to our military systems and launch all the missiles and wipe everyone out like in Terminator. What if the biggest danger of AI are these deep fake videos where it can break you psychologically and wound you in ways that can't be seen with the naked eye? That can be really bad too. And our government is not above using these things as weapons, not against foreign entities, but against Americans as a way to destabilize us and make us turn on each other so they can do whatever they want to do and distract us with these deepfake videos. Just wait until 2024 when the technology's had another year of maturity and development. The things they're going to do for that election, it's going to be pretty bad, I think. But here's the good news. Believe it or not, I'm finding a silver lining in this cloud. I think it's going to crack the system. I think all these fake videos are going to make people distrust what they see and hear on national news, on social media, on their cell phones. We're going to break away from it because you won't be able to trust anything you hear or say. This government only works because it derives its power from the consent of the governed. What happens when people withdraw that consent because they just can't trust anything they say, that they hear? Deep fake videos. It's a really appropriate name too, because I think it's coming from the deep state and the fake news media. So it's like they had some evil baby and they're going to try and use it on us. But like I said, I think the good news is we're going to become decentralized. And that's how we should be, government-wise. We should be decentralized. The government of the country is way too big to be governed by a set of people in D.C. If the government, say, is taken over by people from California or people from New York or people from Georgia, they don't have the wisdom to govern people that live in Montana or people that live in Tennessee and live in Minnesota and Montana, Wyoming. We don't have that much knowledge. The government, again, the people who so far away and detached from the constituency, from the voters, they're not going to be able to govern wisely because they don't know us. So I think all the paranoia that will be created will make people want to see the politicians that have power over their lives. The only way you're going to get that is you're going to have more town halls. You're going to have more face-to-face interviews. You're going to need to be able to see your politician when you go to the supermarket and you pay $40 for a dozen eggs because of something he signed. You're going to be able to see him when you go to the gas pump. You bump into him just like you'd bump into like your mailman or any other government employee at the DMV. The politician who has so much control over your life should be somewhere nearby where you can interact. And I don't mean in any threatening way, but they need to be able to live in the same environment you live in and the one that they help create to some degree with their policies. So for that, most of the power can't be in DC. Has to be closer to you. In fact, I think the more power a politician has, the closer he needs to live to his constituents. Federal government needs to be depowered a whole lot. And most of that power needs to run down to the states and the counties. I think that's the best way to run this country. And I think deep fakes like that we're going to be hit with are going to accelerate that process and make decentralization happen much faster than it was planned to, because it's going to crack the system. It's going to make people too paranoid to be governed, at least not from a centralized DC. But that's my opinion, and that's my hope. What's yours? Like, share, comment, and subscribe.